Hello everyone, welcome to another broadcast of LMC Varsity Sports along with Ian Sachs. I am Rob Moretti. We're here at Manchester Field in Mamaroneck for finally some playoff baseball after a rainout yesterday. We're here today at the baseball field in Mamaroneck. The Mahopac Indians coming to town to face the Mamaroneck Tigers. Indians the 6th seed, Indians the 11th seed, Tigers the 6th seed they're hosting. And Ian, a game that Mamaroneck has been very excited for. They wanted to play yesterday. They actually had tarp on the field, but cancellations across Section 1 forced them to have to move the game to today. Tommy Muratori, the ace on the hill, what does he have to do to silence these Mahopac bats?
Well, he's got to jump out to an early start, attack the batters and, establish a presence up on the mound and really hopefully get some run support behind him.
It should be an interesting matchup. These two teams met last year in the first round. It was Mamaroneck visiting Mahopac an 8-9 game and knocking them out of the playoffs a year ago. So look out for Mahopac also looking for some revenge.
Yeah, this is going to be a highly contested battle. Both teams, they finished only 2 games apart in the standings for AA, so definitely not an easy win for either team.
To put the icing on the cake, the boys lacrosse team a week ago at Mamaroneck beat Mahopac in the playoffs for the 3rd straight year, so Mahopac looking to get something going against Mamaroneck sometime. We'll be back with the first pitch next on LMC Varsity Sports. We're back. Tommy Muratori finishing his warm-up pitches. We'll give you the Tigers in the field. From left to right, Richie Barella, the captain, in left. Gabe McCarron in center, and his brother Andres McCarron is in right. Infield, third to first. It is... who isn't third base? Peter Matz at third. Anthony Pecora at short. Zach Dialba at second. Andrew Somer at first. Andy Carlin behind the plate. And the aforementioned Tom Muratori on the hill. Getting ready to throw the first pitch to Nico Diagnisi, left fielder today for the Indians. A lot of cloud cover overhead now.
Muratori's wants to get a first pitch strike here. You always like starting off with a strike.
Muratori known this year for a good fastball and a sharp hook. And that combination has made him keep his role as a Tigers ace. First pitch of the Section 1 playoffs is fouled off. Somer calling for it, makes the catch, one away.
And he's got it in foul territory to get the first out of the game here. 1 pitch, 1 out, not too bad.
Good start for Muratori, and there is some rain in the forecast later, and it would be terrible for Mamaroneck if they have to stop this game and continue it tomorrow, because then they burn through 2 of their top pitchers in the first round.
And another thing with that, with having the postponement yesterday, that just shifts everything, so it's closer together for their pitchers later in the playoffs.
1-0 pitches outside. Batter is C.J. Sager, Mahopac right fielder. The top 2 from Mamaroneck are Muratori and Nambiar, and I'd like to alternate through those guys through the playoffs. Oh, that went in for a strike.
Great pitch there. When you're down 0-2, you really got to attack the zone and get 1 strike. Got him swinging there.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Sager. So it is lightly drizzling now, but nothing that's going to stop the game. I think the bigger concern is thunder or lightning. That would mandate a 30-minute minimum delay. 2-2 pitch. Curveball missed. Count goes full.
Now this brings up the interesting pitch. What do you do? Do you attack the plate or do you try to get him with a ball?
Line towards short, caught by Pecora, 2 out.
And now comes Chris Aquina, who's the Mahopac 3-hitter. He's hitting .429 this year, so you got to watch out for this big lefty.
No on, 2 out. First pitch fouled off by Aquina.
It's a good pitch there, getting the lefty let's see if he could get him to another strike here.
That one a strike, 0-2.
Right down the middle. And the Mamaroneck bench is loving that pitch.
They love every strike. They're loud throughout the game. 0-2 pitch. Predictable, a curveball, swung on and missed, ball gets away. Carlin retrieves. Throw to first. What a save by Sommer to complete the strikeout. So 1-2-3 go the Indians. No score. Tigers coming to bat next. Coming back for the bottom of the first inning. Kevin Kernan will be on the hill for Mahopac. He throws his last warm-up pitch. Indians in the field from left to right, Nico Diagnisi, Ty Lawrence, CJ Sager. Infield third to first, Rob Spetafor, Luis Perdica, Dan Pagliuca, and Chris Aquina. Dylan Love behind the plate. And Kevin Kernan, the lefty, getting ready to throw the first pitch. Anthony Pecora will lead off from Mamaroneck. We do want to update you. The winner of this game is going to play either Fox Lane or Scarsdale, and that game was suspended 1-0 in the third. Fox Lane was up. They had thunder and lightning there and reports of a downpour. I guess the field became unplayable. So we won't know who it's going to be, and that also means that Mamaroneck won't be able to play their quarterfinal until Tuesday if they win. Whoever wins this game won't play a quarterfinal until Tuesday. They're not going to be any games Sunday or Monday, Memorial Day weekend. Pecora in the right-hand batter's box. First pitch from Kernan. A strike.
Again, you always like to start off the first pitch of the game with a nice strike. Boost the pitcher's confidence.
A 1 pitch is popped up towards right. Sager underneath it. One down.
And now come the McCarron twins for the Mamaroneck Tigers. They like to get them on. Really, they start the real heart of the lineup for the Tigers here.
Andres, the righty, number 12, and Gabe, the lefty, number 21. I'm told they're not identical, but still weird to see left-right reverse number twins, kind of quirky. First pitch from McCarron is dribbled towards the mound. Kernan fields and fires, and he makes the out at first.
And that's always tough for a batter. You know, you just hit a ball and you get out. You know, you could hit a foul ball 300 feet and still get another crack at it, but just a little dribbler there and it's called out.
Left on left. McCarron takes a first pitch ball. Interesting, that's how much confidence that Coach Schiaparelli has in Gabe McCarron in that 3 spot. He won't move him down against the lefty. Still in the 3-hole, the 1-0. On the ground towards short. Throw to first. In time, and 1-2-3 go the Tigers.
So we've got a pair of 1-2-3s in the first inning here.
Well, with rain coming in a couple hours, I think we're all happy about that. No score after 1. Tigers back into the field for the second inning next. Cleanup hitter Dylan Love leads off for Mahopac here in the top of the second. First pitch, curveball in for a strike from Muratori. He's really shown an ability to command that all year.
Yeah, Muratori, you know, going after the 4-hitter here with a curveball. That's great to see falling in there for a strike.
Another off-speed pitch. This one misses 1-1, and really both from the right and left side, Muratori and Nambi are 2 guys that have good, solid fastballs they can spot, and also outstanding curveballs. Another one that now count 0-2 after the swing and miss by Love.
And I love the way that he's going after the 4-hitter with the curveball, because he knows if he throws the heat and Love gets on it, it could go pretty far.
Up in the count now. When we see another one, 1-2. We do, and he lays off. Tigers coming into this game 13-7, Mahopac 11-9, and see the difference 2 games can make between a 6 seed and an 11 seed. Called strike 3.
Wow, beautiful pitch there. Love was not expecting that, and well, it just snuck in the strike zone there.
It looked like he kind of lulled him to sleep with all those curveballs, and then look out, here comes the Express. So Dan Pagliuca up to the plate, 5-hitter, and the second baseman for Mahopac. Muratori struck out the last 2 hitters he's faced. Starts off Pagliuca with another strike.
Looks like he's well on his way to a third K, hopefully, here.
Curveball just missed 1-1.
Can't fall in love with that curveball too much, though.
1-1. Fastball missed, 2-1. Close call there, it's a ball, and I think the right call. I don't think Pagliuca went on that.
No, he certainly thought about it, but decided to hold up at the last minute, and good call by the ump.
Hitters count 3-1. And the fastball's in for a strike, count goes full.
That was a big pitch there. You like to get to a full count.
Walked him. First base runner for either team. Rob Spatafor getting ready to step up. Runner on, 1 out.
Spatafor, a .243 hitter this season. And, you know, really the Mahopac lineup really starts to drop off starting after the 5-hitter. So see what Mahopac can get going here with the runner on first.
I wonder if Pagliuca gets a big lead, this game could slow down a lot. Mamaroneck likes to throw over a lot. They really pay attention to the running game. They train their pitchers not to give those runners an inch. Curveball was low, 1-1.
Luckily, after 2 pitches, we haven't seen any throw-overs just quite yet.
Not a very big lead over there for Pagliuca. One fouled off. Make sure you stop from hitting the school.
And the count goes to 1-2 now.
One ball, 2 strikes, runner on first, 1 out. Pitch from Muratori coming up. Look out. Like the curveball might have slipped out of his hand.
It didn't exactly curve as much as he wanted it to.
2-2. Up in the air. Over at second, D'Alba calling. 2 away.
And that was a great play there to, you know, be able to keep the runner on, and now we have 2 away in the inning.
Cal Lawrence, the DH, steps up. He's hitting for the pitcher, Kernan. Good block by Carlin and able to get to it quickly, prevent Pagliuca from moving up.
Pagliuca was maybe about 40% of the way to second, but didn't quite think that he would be able to get to second, so he retreated to first.
Carlin pounced on it. Swing and a miss there.
Lawrence was looking for the fences on that swing, but found the air.
1 ball, 1 strike. Curveball, swing and a miss.
Again, 2 straight pitches getting Lawrence to swing.
That curveball really separates Muratori from the rest as well.
Yeah, he's really shown that curveball this inning.
Heater there missed. Count evens at 2-2.
Good idea, though.
Little Deuce's Wild situation. 2-2, 2 out, and number 2 is on base. Pagliuca. That one just missed. Count goes full.
And the groans from the Mamaroneck dugout was apparent throughout the stadium here.
Full count, 2 outs. And they're going to check now on Pagliuca, who of course will be going with the pitch. 3-2, 2 outs. There he goes. Pitch is hit high in the air behind second. D'Alba calling, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So Muratori pitches around a walk. Still scoreless after 1.5 here at Manchester Field. Richie Barella leads off here in the bottom of the second. Still scoreless here in the first round of the Class AA playoffs.
Mahopac got their first base runner in their half of the second inning. Mamaroneck's looking to do the same in the bottom half of the second here.
Barella takes a first pitch strike as the sun makes a cameo here.
And
all attendants happy about that.
Mamaroneck's got the right guy in the bat to get on base here.
Ripped up the middle, grabbed by the shortstop, throw to first in time. Nice play by Berdica, ranging up the middle to pick up out number 1.
That was a good solid hit though. Scorched right up the middle, but good range by Berdica to get the out there.
So sophomore Peter Matt stepping up to the plate. He's really been a big contributor in his first year on the varsity squad. At third base today. This might go to the gap. No, what a catch! Ty Lawrence out in center field robs Peter Matt of a double.
Folks, that play is definitely a Sports Center top 10 candidate.
If Mahopac's going to play defense like that, not only anyone's going to get a hit today.
Yeah, they're certainly covering the field out there very well.
Tiger catcher Andy Carlin takes a first pitch ball. There's some menacing clouds out in the distance, but I don't think they're moving towards us, or at least I hope they're not.
Hopefully it can at least stay sunny for the remainder of the game here.
A game that, even though only not even 2 innings in, good pace so far. We've had some long ones here at Manchester Field. 1-1 pitch. Off speed, ripped at third, but dropped. Carlin reaches, and man, that was a scorcher. You go hit or error on that.
That's a very tough call. I give it to the batter. I give it a hit.
A hit it is, and we say this every game. Don't count on us for the official scoring. But absolute scorcher. Spetafor, he did have it in the glove, but it popped out before he could close it. The Tigers with their first base runner with 2 outs. Andrew Sommer, the lefty, at the plate. This one cued out towards the pitcher, and Kernan throws to first for an easy out. So both teams get a runner on in the second. Neither gets him past first base. After 2 full, we're scoreless here in Mamaroneck.
And we are back here at Mamaroneck High School for the Section 1 playoff game between Mamaroneck and Mahopac. Alongside Rob Moretti, I'm Ian Sachs. We've got Muratori on the hill for the Tigers, facing off against the shortstop, Louis Berdica. First pitch fouled off.
I want to give credit to Muratori today. He's been throwing that was a first pitch fastball, but he's been starting a lot of batters off with that curveball. So you can't even sit on a first pitch fastball against Muratori.
And here comes the 0-1. Just clipping the corner for a strike. 0-2 now to the 8-hitter.
That was nasty. A lot of movement on that sweeping curve from Muratori.
He's really finding his spots with that curve today. And the third pitch just outside to bring the count to 1-2. Muratori got him looking for the backwards K. Muratori's third strikeout of the day.
That curveball really working for Muratori today.
And now stepping into the batter's box, number 9, the 9-hitter, Ty Lawrence, who gets a first pitch strike. Here's the 0-1 from Muratori. He swings at it, and it drops into center field for a base hit. Now back up to the top of the lineup for the Mahopac Indians, we have Nico Dionisi, who fouled out to first base his first time up.
We want to note Muratori, the last time he pitched was in that league, what was essentially a league championship game against New Rochelle. The Mamaroneck ended up losing 2-1 in extras, but Muratori in that game, 1 run through 7 innings, no decision.
And that ball falls outside for ball number 1. Here he goes in the windup. Oh, no. Throw back to first base, and here come the brigade of checking the runners over at first.
We saw the range Ty Lawrence has in center field, so Coach Schaap thinking he could probably steal some bases too. We got to keep him close, and he does have a good lead there.
Second throw back there, checking the runner. He gets back in time though. Now hopefully Muratori will focus on the batter at hand, Dionisi. The 1-0 is fouled off, bringing the count to 1-1.
You see why he throws over so much. He wants to be able to use that curveball with the runners on base. You don't want to give that guy a good jump when you're throwing a curveball, the easy stolen base.
It's true, checking the runner. Steps off the rubber, sending Lawrence back to first base, but no throw over. Now here comes the throw over, and Lawrence gets back to the bag in time.
Now, I don't know if they do this at the high school level, but I know in the major leagues, a lot of pitching coaches will count those as pitches, just for the arm fatigue factor.
And Lawrence takes off for second, and he gets a good jump. High throw by the catcher, and he's in there safe with a stolen base.
First runner we've seen in scoring position in this game. Good opportunity for Dionisi.
That pitch there was a ball, so we have a 2-1 pitch coming up.
Kind of a surreal look here. We got clouds everywhere, but the field is soaked in sun. Look out.
And the 2-1 is fouled back, hit on top of the roof right behind us. And now we will see a 2-2 coming up for Muratori. Again, we've got Lawrence in at second after a base hit and a stolen base. And now Dionisi, the leadoff hitter, sees a curveball just outside to bring the count to 3-2. Full count, 1 out, runner on second. And here's the 3-2 for Muratori, outside for ball 4.
Second walk today issued by Muratori.
CJ Sager, the right fielder, is stepping into the batter's box now. Last time out, he lined to shortstop.
And even though he made an out, look out, because he hit that ball about as hard as you can hit a ball. It just happened to be right at Pecora.
That was a great snag by Pecora there. Really quick reflexes. Muratori looking in for the sign, and he delivers a first pitch ball. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, runners on first and second, top of the third here. And that ball is scorched down the right field line. Easily 1 run will score. And they hold Dionisi up at second, and Sager trots in for a double, RBI double down the right field line. Mamaroneck falls behind there, 1-0.
Good piece of hitting there from Sager. Just wrapped it right inside the line there and down the right field line.
So now we've got the 3-hitter Chris Aquino stepping into the box. And the first pitch misses low for a ball. And really, this is where you don't want to be if you're Muratori. The 3-hitter coming up, runners on second and third, and only 1 out. But a beautiful pitch there, just foul, tipped right back to the catcher to bring the count to 1-1.
And you do have a base open here, but I don't think you want to walk the bases loaded for the cleanup hitter. That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Let's see where Muratori goes here. And he goes right after him with a strike right down the middle. Aquino didn't take the bat off his shoulders, and that brings the count to 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Down the left field line, but in foul territory.
Oh, what a catch!
What a grab. But the runner is tagging up, and he's in there safe. But still a beautiful play by the third baseman. So
you don't see that every day, a sac fly to the third baseman.
That's an excellent point, but hey, that was a great grab by him. You get the out, but the run does score.
It kind of takes away from the star quality of the play when it ends up scoring a run, but that was a fantastic diving catch, almost Willie Mays style there from Peter Matt.
So now that brings the score to 2-0, 2 outs now for Dylan Love, the cleanup hitter from Mamaroneck. He struck out looking his last time up. First pitch in there for a called strike. Got runner on second, that's CJ Sager. 2 strikes now, both of them called on the cleanup hitter, Dylan Love, the catcher for the Mahopac Indians, and Muratori looking to get one more strike here to get out of this inning, and he decides to look back at second and not go into the windup. Love stepped out of the batter's box for a second, getting his feet set now, and ooh, a sharp liner to second in there, and second baseman throws to first for the out to end the inning. So not too much damage there, but Mahopac does get on the scoreboard first with 2 runs. We will be right back for the bottom of the third right after this. And we are back here for the bottom of the third inning at Mahopac High School, where Mamaroneck High School, sorry, where the Mahopac Indians just took a 2-0 lead in the top of the third inning. For the Tigers, stepping in is designated hitter J.C. Ruggiero, the 8-hitter. And here's the first pitch from Kiernan, and it is fouled back behind the plate for bringing the count to 0 balls and 1 strike.
Also brings the school roof ball count up to 2 today.
And here comes the 0-1 from Kiernan, and it's low in the dirt for ball number 1. Kiernan now pitching with the lead, so let's see if he can go after the bottom of this Mamaroneck lineup and try to get 2 quick outs before he has to face Pecora at the top again. The 1-1 is fouled down the third base line for strike number 2 in this at-bat. Ruggiero hitting for the pitcher Tom Muratori. And he steps back into the batter's box, awaiting a 1-2 from Kiernan. And here it is. Ooh, just over the reach of the shortstop, into left field for a base hit.
That's exactly how the Tigers needed to start this inning. Don't let Kernan put up a 1-2-3 inning after you just let in 2 runs. You at least put the pressure on. They'd love to get at least a run in the inning, but at the very least show they're not going to go away softly.
And now that brings up the second baseman, Zach Diablo, as the catcher is giving his signs to the pitcher. Diablo steps into the batter's box and is ready to go here, number 3, Diablo. Kernan checks the runner, and he throws over to first to bring Ruggiero back to first base.
Always tougher when you have a lefty pitcher. You have to read that pickoff move. If you want to get that secondary lead, you also don't want to get caught off the base.
And Kernan throws back to first again. So he has yet to throw a pitch to Diablo today. Now he finally delivers to the plate, and Diablo gets a piece of it going to left field, but the left fielder gets under it for the first out of the inning. Which brings us back to the top of the Mamaroneck lineup with Anthony Pecora, the shortstop, who also flew out to left field his first time up. And now a conference on the mound with Kernan and his catcher, Dylan Love, checking over how they want to attack the top of the Mamaroneck lineup. Pecora, the shortstop, into the batter's box. Got 1 out, runner on first. And he swings and foul tips it as Ruggiero was trying to advance to second on that pitch, trots back to first after the foul tip.
Now I wonder if that was a hit and run there. Maybe they were trying to jump start something, or if Pecora just got a pitch he couldn't let go by.
So the 0-1 coming up now. Ruggiero on first. And Pecora thought that was inside, but it falls in there for a strike, according to the umpire, and so he is quickly in the hole, 0-2. Tigers really want him to get on base here to continue the rally, and that pitch is low and outside in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on the leadoff hitter, Pecora. Kernan really loved to get this second out here. Try to really strike. Oh, and he throws over to first as Ruggiero advances to second on the pickoff. So Mamaroneck finally has a runner in scoring position for the first time today.
And they had him nailed too. He would have been out. They had him picked off, but over at first base, Aquina couldn't handle the throw perfectly, and the drop allowed Ruggiero to move up to second safely.
So now that totally changes the dynamics of this at bat here. But again, we have Pecora, the leadoff hitter, with a 1-2 count coming up, and now Ruggiero on second, 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Mamaroneck trailing 2-0. Kernan into the windup, and it's high for ball 2. The Mamaroneck dugout really letting Kernan know that was outside the strike zone. So a 2-2 coming up here from the Mahopac pitcher. And that's in the dirt. It gets away from Love, the catcher, and Ruggiero advances over to third base.
Score that one a wild pitch. That was in the dirt, and Love unable to block it.
So now
how different would it have been if Aquina had handled that pickoff throw and gotten Ruggiero out at second?
Very true. Now Kernan is facing a full count with a runner on third and still only 1 out.
Now less likely to throw that breaking ball, too. You don't want to throw another one in the dirt.
Pecora, the leadoff hitter now, looking to get on and get runners on the corner for the McCarron twins. Here's the pitch, and he foul tips it. Barely staying alive with a 3-2 count. And now he'll talk to his coach.
It's like Coach Schapp wants to talk something over with the umpire, not with Pecora. I don't know what. I think I don't think any calls have gone against the Tigers in this inning. Now they're going to talk something over with the Mahopac coach as well, so I don't know what that's about.
Interesting turn of events there. But anyway, now we look like we're back to playing some baseball. The 3-2 count is in the dirt. Ball for runners on the corners now. 1 out, and here comes the heart of the Mamaroneck lineup with the McCarron twins. And Mahopac is calling for a conference on the pitcher's mound.
Coach Chris Miller talking something over there, and this inning really went differently after that drop throw. I know he already said it, but now first and third, and at the time of that pickoff, I think the count was 1-2 on Pecora, and then they would have had 2 outs and a 1-2 count on the batter at the plate. Now it's first and third, 1 out.
And the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up now.
Just the entire inning changing on a dime on that drop throw.
And the thing is, it was in his glove. That they practically had him, but just a little bit out of the first baseman's reach, Chris Aquino, and really that changed the whole makeup of this inning.
And they say baseball's a game of inches, and we're seeing it here.
Certainly, as Andres McCarron, the right fielder, steps in, number 12. His last time up, he dribbled one right back to the pitcher to get out in the first inning.
I would be surprised if Pecora goes here. A lot of times catchers don't want to throw down with a runner on third.
Makes sense. And that pitch is high, and I believe that's 4 straight balls from Kernan, except for that one foul tip, but that didn't really advance the count at all since there were already 2 strikes. He throws over to first to check on Pecora there. Number 2's back safely. So a 1-0 count coming up as Kernan checked his spikes. Now he looks over to first on Pecora, and here's the 1-0 in there for a called strike. 1-1 to Andres McCarron. The first of the McCarron twins up here. McCarron almost calls for time, and there goes Pecora to second, and he's in there safely. Love does throw down, but not in time.
He threw to the man in front of the base, actually. That's designed to bait the runner from third to come home. He'd be in a good position to throw him out if he did. Instead, second and third now with 1 out.
Ruggiero decided not to go on that throw. And here comes the delivery from Kernan as the Mamaroneck dugout comes to life, and it is behind the plate, a wild pitch, and here comes Ruggiero. He's safe, and now Pecora coming in. 2 runs score on that wild pitch. What a turn of events for Mamaroneck here. And there again, that throw over to first changed the whole dynamic, and now we have a 2-2 ball game and still only 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
I don't know if I've ever seen 2 runs score on a wild pitch, but I don't know if they're checking on an injury. Miller comes out, and he already had a visit this inning, so unless they're concerned about Kernan's health, they'll have to take him out.
that they might have been checking about his health there, because when he was covering the plate, Pecora did, it seems, slide into him.
Well, then you shouldn't be standing there. You don't want your pitcher to get hurt without the ball. He should be instructed only stand in front of that plate if he's got the ball. But in the heat of the moment, you want to try to prevent that run from scoring. They'll have him take a couple of the mitts, see if he feels all right. Base is fully empty now.
And maybe that's what he needs. Maybe just to have a whole new clean slate here. And
well, it is a clean slate because the game now tied up. He's lost the 2-0 lead that he had.
Andres McCarron, number 12, back in to the batter's box, and he scorches one to shallow right field. The second baseman, Pagliuca, makes a nice grab on that to get the second out of the inning.
I thought that one might have had a chance of floating in for a hit, but just a little bit too much hang time. Pagliuca able to catch up with it.
And now Gabe McCarron, the lefty, steps into the batter's box with 2 out. Here's the pitch from Kernan, and the first pitch is fouled back behind the plate toward the third base side.
We've got a really nice turnout here as well in the stands. Did a couple of big games here earlier in the year, and we didn't see this many people, so really good turnout for this playoff game here in Mamaroneck. Might be the only one they host.
Ooh, pitch low, but Kernan gets McCarron to swing at it, and quickly the count is 0-2. Kernan looking to get out of the inning with only 2 runs scoring. And here's the 0-2 delivery, and he gets him swinging. Strike 3, 3 outs. And we are through 3 here, and the game is tied at 2. We'll be back shortly with the top of the 4th inning. And we are back here for the top of the 4th inning with a completely different scope on this ball game. It is now tied at 2 after 2 runs scored on a wild pitch in the bottom half of the 3rd inning. And we have Dan Pagliuca, the second baseman for the Indians, leading off, and he sees a first pitch ball, so that bringing the count to 1-0. And here's the delivery from Muratori, and it is hit deep to center field, but the catch is made for the first out of the inning.
And Pagliuca would have been well served to hit that ball either a little bit more towards left or a little deeper, because that track circle out there, it's really hard to contend with, even for a home team center fielder. A unique feature of the field here at Manchester Field.
That's almost like the hill and Houston. And here's the delivery from Muratori. First pitch is fouled back down the right field line by Rob Spadafori. And the second pitch is in there for a called strike. Quickly, Muratori has an 0-2 count. Looking to get a second out here. And that one is fouled down the left field line.
Almost a great snag from Coach Chris Miller there on the third baseline, but good idea to pull that hand back. I don't think that would have felt so good if he made contact with it.
And here's the delivery in there for a called strike. Beautiful Muratori getting the second out of the inning, all on strikes. 4 pitches, technically 4 strikes because of the 2 foul balls. And now stepping into the batter's box, Cal Lawrence, the DH for the Indians. Last time up, he flew out to second base. And the first pitch is in there for a called strike. Muratori, now with the game tied, has found his groove this inning. Called strike again, quickly, an 0-2 count.
On fire right now, pounding the strike zone, and Mahopac hitters haven't been able to do anything with it.
Good idea there, but a little high, bringing the count to 1-2. Muratori hoping to end the inning right here. And he got a little grounder over to the second baseman, and Muratori covers first to get the out and get out of the inning. 1-2-3. That was very quick. We would be back here for the bottom of the fourth inning. We are back here on LMC-TV for the bottom of the fourth inning in a 2-2 playoff game between the Mahopac Indians and the Mamaroneck Tigers. Richie Barella is stepping into the batter's box, the cleanup hitter for the Tigers. Last time up in the second inning, he grounded out to the shortstop, hoping to spark a rally here for the Mamaroneck Tigers. And Kiernan delivers with the first pitch of the inning, and it is a check swing foul ball. Barella upset with himself that he even check swinged there.
I think he's upset that the bat hit the ball. He wanted to hold up on it. Just bad luck. Makes it 0-1.
Delivery from Kernan in there for a called strike, and quickly Barella is facing an 0-2 count.
That's one of the first off-speed pitches we've seen Kernan throw for a strike. If he can pound the zone with those, they'll get that much harder to hit.
Oh, and just sticking the bat out there, Barella lines one foul down the first base line, keeping the count at 0 balls and 2 strikes.
It's a little staying alive swing. We're hearing some really distant possible thunder, but I guess it has to be a little louder for us to stop the game.
And that ball is inside for the first ball of this at bat. Kiernan now delivering the 1-2. And Barella ropes one to center field, but Ty Lawrence is able to make the snag for the first out of the inning.
And Lawrence looks like he knows what he's doing out there in center field. And that highlight reel style catch earlier. And I only mentioned the thunder, but if you look up at the sky, it doesn't look terrible. There's actually some really bad clouds out in the distance towards the harbor that I think they just went around us. So they look like they're moving away from us. They never came over here.
Hopefully we'll be able to keep playing here as Peter Matt sees a first pitch strike from Kernan.
They got him on the check swing. They checked down the umpire at first.
That's one of the toughest judgment calls in baseball. And there, Kernan delivers. No question about that. There was no swing, but it was right in the strike zone, bringing the count to 0-2. Kernan turning away a few of Love's signs, finally delivers, and it is fouled right back near us.
Thank goodness for that fence.
Keeping the count at 0-2. Kernan delivers, and it is high for ball 1. Matt, his last time up, lined out to Ty Lawrence in center field when he made that incredible snag out there. Ball 2, Matt sees, bringing the count to 2-2. Again, we have 1 out here, nobody on base, bottom of the fourth. 2-2 ball game between Mamaroneck and Mahopac. Kernan delivers, and Peter Matt hits one to the shortstop, and he is out at first. 2 away now, as Andy Carlin, the Mamaroneck catcher, steps into the batter's box. Last time up, he got one down the third baseline to get on base safely. That was actually the first Tiger hit of the afternoon. And he was looking there to get another hit, but whiffed on it and now finds himself with an 0-1 count.
This is exactly what Mahopac has needed out of Kernan. 2 quick outs, quick strike on the third hitter, quick 2 strikes on the third hitter. Kind of reset the tone after obviously a third inning that he wants to forget.
And now he looks to put Carlin away here with an 0-2 count. But Carlin staying alive with a foul ball back behind the plate. Still 0 balls and 2 strikes. Kernan entering his windup, and here's the pitch. Ooh, Carlin reaching for it down to third base, but the third baseman stops it and throws over to first to end the inning. So a 1-2-3 inning for the Mahopac Indians. They're getting the Tigers out, and we will be back for the 5th inning. We are back here at Mahopac High School to start the 5th inning here in a 2-2 ball game between the Mahopac Indians and the Mamaroneck Tigers. We have Tom Muratori on the hill, and he will be facing Luis Berdica, the shortstop. First pitch is low for ball 1. Berdica, his last time up, struck out looking.
One of 4 strikeout victims of Muratori so far.
Second pitch of the inning is also low in the dirt. Ball 2. Muratori taking a second to gather himself into the windup now. And the pitch is now high for ball 3. Falling behind 3-0 to the number 8 hitter for the Indians.
You don't want to miss the zone too many times this part of the lineup. He does pour one in there for a strike.
That's exactly what you have to do facing the 8 hitter with a 3-0 count. Just go right at the strike zone. The pitch is fouled back right near us, and quickly it is a full count, 3-2.
Good job by Muratori to work back from 3-0 to 3-2.
The payoff pitch is lined to second base, and he throws the first for the first out of the inning.
Great job by Muratori there. He's down 3-0 on the hitter. He's able to attack the zone, uses his fastball. And though he gave up some hard contact, it was right at the elbow.
And now there's one away for the 9 hitter, center fielder Ty Lawrence, who got a nice base hit his last time up to the shortstop. The throw to first, he's out by a step.
And that play was a lot harder than it looked. That ball took a funky bounce really right as it was hit. And then Pecora kind of got handcuffed when he came up with it, and he had to get rid of it quickly because of all those funny hops.
And Pecora was also deep just on the outfield grass, but he's able to make the throw and get the out anyway. So now that brings up Nico Dionisi, the leadoff hitter for the Indians. First pitch to him is fouled off for strike number 1.
Coach Schapp with a nice play on that foul ball. He gets an ovation from the dugout.
Muratori, the 0-1. In there for a called strike. Quickly, Dionisi is facing an 0-2 count. Muratori looking to end the inning here. And it is roped in the gap, in the right center gap. And Dionisi is in there with a double. So quickly it looked like Muratori would be getting out of this inning 1-2-3, but a nice hit by Dionisi there.
Put it in the right spot, right between the 2 McCarrams.
Hey, you gotta hit it where they ain't. So now that brings up C.J. Sager, the right fielder for the Indians. Runner on second, 2 out. First pitch is a called strike.
Muratori was on a bit of a roll. He got the 8-hitter out after falling behind 3-0, got the 9-hitter on 1 pitch. Then you're 0-2 on the last batter, but he's able to get on base.
In there for a called strike again. Quickly, an 0-2 count on Sager.
Muratori is coming at these hitters now, throwing them fastball strikes in the zone.
Muratori looking to end the inning here. And yet again, another pitch hit to right field, but this one hooked foul, keeping the count at 0-2.
And, maybe Muratori wanted to change his approach after falling behind 3-0 on the first batter of the inning, but I think he's throwing too many fastballs here. He's throwing them right over the middle. He's got a good fastball, but if you ever got a guy set up for a curveball, I think this is the time.
His curve was working really well earlier. He should go back to it now after pounding the strike zone with fastballs the last 2 hitters. Muratori into the windup. In the dirt.
I think that was a curveball.
Curved a little too much.
0-2, you don't need to throw a strike. You're trying to get him to chase, but you're right, not exactly the spot you wanted to throw that one.
So now the 1-2 coming up, and Muratori steps off. Doesn't throw to second, but brings the runner Dionisi back to a little closer to the bag. Into the windup, and Sager swings and misses.
That's a foul tip.
Oh, foul tip.
That's why the runner has to go back to second base. Umpire right on it, called it right away, no confusion.
Still a 1-2 count, 2 out, runner on second, top of the 5th. Make that 2-2 now after a high pitch. Muratori delivers in the dirt, full count now.
I stand corrected. Maybe he should have just kept pounding the strike zone with fastballs. Falling behind, behind 3-2 now.
The payoff pitch coming up from Muratori. High for ball 4. So earlier this inning, we saw him work his way back from a 3-0 count, and now he had an 0-2 count and gives up a walk. Which now this brings up a very interesting scenario. You've got Chris Aquina, the 3-hitter for the Indians, coming up with runners on first and second. Not exactly what Muratori wanted here when he got the first 2 batters, but this is the hand he's dealt. Muratori into the windup. The pitch hit deep to center field, and he is able to make the catch. Gabe McCarron on the track.
That's not an easy play out there.
No.
That's not an easy play to make on grass. Great range there by McCarron.
But he gets them out of the inning, and now we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, tied 2 right after this. We are back here for the bottom of the 5th inning as Andrew Sommer, the Mamaroneck first baseman, steps into the batter's box. Kernan into the delivery. First pitch is hit right up the middle for Sommer, who gets on base.
That's a big hit there for Sommer. Get the Tigers started here in the 5th. And a tie game in the playoffs.
And now we see J.C. Ruggiero coming up, the designated hitter for Mamaroneck. He was actually what started it all 2 innings ago with getting on base with a base hit.
And then the drop ball of destiny.
expecting a bunt, but Ruggiero swings away at the first pitch, so now quickly the count is 0-1.
Pagliuca fearless. If he swings and hits that ball, he could take his head off.
Third baseman is on the grass. Throw over to first, and Sommer.
I think I hear some thunder. See how much the umpires want to stop the game, but I think it's getting a little closer.
Kernan delivers the 0-1, and it is hit right back to Kernan. He turns and throws to second for looking for the double play, gets the lead runner, but Ruggiero is safe at first.
Score that a fielder's choice for Ruggiero. I think it's trade runners.
So now 1 out. The non-hitter is up, Zach Diablo, who flew out to right field his first time up.
Looks like we're gonna have a pinch runner for Ruggiero. Get a number on him. I think that's
looks like it's number
Billy McDermott, number 22. Yep. So high school, you got the re-entry rule, so Ruggiero can come take his next at bat. You're allowed to exit a game and re-enter 1 time. So probably just a pinch hit appearance, a pinch run appearance here for McDermott. Little speed on the bags with 1 out.
In there for a called first strike on Diablo. Mamaroneck may be trying to get their run here this inning with the thunder coming.
I saw a clap of lightning too, out in the distance.
Diablo waiting on his 0-1 pitch, but Kernan throws over to first. Checking the signs from third base coach, and we are all set for the 0-1. Running a bunt, and it is not fielded cleanly by the third baseman. Everyone is safe. Runners on first and second now.
Score that a sacrifice in an E5. Tigers don't care how you score it, they want those runners.
And now that brings up top of the order with runners on first and second, only 1 out. Anthony Pecora looking to punch in a runner here.
Here comes Coach Chris Miller. We'll take a break while they have this meeting.
We are back here after that quick conference on the mound between the Mahopac pitcher and infield, and the conferences between the Mamaroneck batters and hitter, Anthony Pecora.
I wonder if Pecora bunts here with 1 out.
First pitch there, he's swinging away, fouls it back. Runners running, but have to go back to their respective bases now. First and second, 1 out. Bottom of the 5th, tied 2-2.
I think that 1 out's the key. I think if there were nobody out, you might see Pecora bunting here, trying to move those runners up, or they'd have 2 shots at getting those runs in.
But then if he does advance them, that takes away a sacrifice fly. Kernan into the windup, and this one is skied down the left field line. Foul ball.
Walk that track at your own risk.
Pecora now finds himself in the hole 0-2.
It's like Coach Chaparelli not afraid to go to his second ace. Kumar Nambiar is warming up in the bullpen.
Come playoff time, anything you got to do for a win.
Looks like he's warming up pretty quickly. I don't think Muratori's pitch count's that high. They know their next game's not going to be until Tuesday, because the Scarsdale-Fox Lane game, which will determine this winner's opponent, was suspended in the 3rd inning earlier today. So They can't play tomorrow. They have to finish the other game first.
So now here's the 0-2 from Kernan, 1 out. Kernan delivers. Foul tipped by Pecora. Still 0-2.
Wouldn't that be something if Scarsdale was able to upset Fox Lane and Mamaroneck would host Scarsdale in a playoff game? That would be a wild atmosphere here.
Those two bitter rivals.
Yeah, across pretty much every sport you could think of. I've seen classic field hockey games between those two teams.
Kernan steps off, throwing a second. No tag necessary.
McDermott back in plenty of time.
Kernan delivers, sticking his bat out. Oh, and the first baseman lost it. Everybody's safe. Bases are loaded. Now, 1 out.
And that's an E3 right there. Chris Aquina, I think there's a hole in his glove or what, but that's the second ball he's mishandled. The first one on a throw, this one the grounder. If he comes up with it, it's an easy second out for Mahopac. Instead, bases loaded, 1 out. Big pickle here for Kernan.
And now he's facing the McCarron brothers, and another conference here by the Mahopac infield.
And no coach visit, so obviously a second coach visit and anything they'd have to change pictures. It looks like the umpire is going to move to break this one up pretty quickly because of it. Not really much to say, hey guys, look, it's cloudy, we should play.
And Kiernan now getting ready to deliver to Andres McCarron, the right fielder for the Tigers.
I think the way this at bat goes is going to set the tone for the rest of the game. But the one thing McCarron doesn't want to do is hit into a double play. Infield is in.
McCarron fouls off the first pitch there.
Interesting to see the infield in with the bases loaded. They could play back and try to roll too, but you do have speed on at first and some good speed at the plate, so it would be a little hard to double these guys up.
I think right now Mahopac's just playing to get 1 out, get the sure out. And suicide squeeze attempt paid off as the wild pitch goes to the backstop and the Tigers take a 3-2 lead.
All the runners move up. The third wild pitch thrown by Kernan, and McCarron gets a new life. He was going to give himself up for the run, but he doesn't even have to.
Now we have second and third, 1 out.
All 3 Mamaroneck runs have scored on a wild pitch.
And McCarron's looking to add to that lead now, but inside for a called ball. 2-1 now.
McDermott was busting it towards the plate on the pitch too. I think the third baseman was playing in, so he knows he can get a running start. Backed up a little bit this time.
The delivery in there for a called strike, bringing the count to 2-2. McCarron looking to add to that 3-2 lead now, get some insurance runs. Delivery, and he pokes it down the right field line, foul.
McCarron kind of has that almost Derek Jeter style right field, opposite field stroke. We've seen him hit some balls with authority that way throughout the season.
That one poked down the line for a 2-2 count now.
Looks like the threat of thunder and rain has subsided for now. The clouds have lightened up and those dark clouds have gone out towards the water.
Hopefully we can get the rest of this game in.
Stay dry and not electrocuted.
That's the goal. Kernan delivers, looking to bunt it. Fair ball, it's on the line. Nobody's at first. And the runner scores. Now we have first and third, 1 out, 4-2.
How about that? They run the squeeze with 2 strikes, and the ball stays on the chalk. 1 inch to the left, he'd be out.
And he was fortunate there with everyone charging. Nobody remembered to cover first. And so
no one saw that coming.
So now we have 4-2, and Gabe McCarron, the 3-hitter, coming in.
Also got Cal Lawrence warming up in the bullpen.
Ball is
and
high.
Quickly.
So McCarron is on first and thrown over by Kiernan. Kiernan into the delivery, and it is skied toward the left side of the field. Shortstop gets under it and makes the catch. 2 out.
And Andres McCarron was going on the pitch. He was at second base when we realized where the ball is. Hit a busted back to first. But he got back with plenty of time. Look at this inning from Mamaroneck. Look at this game from Mamaroneck. 4 runs scored, 3 of them on a wild pitch, and 1 on a 2-strike squeeze that stays on the chalk on the foul line.
All their runs have come with the ball within 10, 15 feet of home plate.
Shappy baseball, small ball.
Richie Barella, the cleanup hitter now, in seeing a first pitch called strike as McCarron advances to second.
And that's not, no big deal. It takes a force away at second base, and also a base hit could score 2 runs.
And with the cleanup hitter Barella up, base hit could definitely add to this lead here. So 1-1 count now as the umpire cleans off home plate. It's definitely good to see if you have a questionable call there. Barella's getting his feet set, waiting for the pitch from Kiernan. Kiernan delivers, and it is fouled behind the plate, making the count 1-2 now. Kiernan would love to be able to get out of the inning here, only giving up 2 runs.
Nambiar still throwing in the Tigers bullpen. Cal Lawrence active in the bullpen for Mahopac.
The 1-2 was high, 2-2 now.
Actually, that means, Cal Lawrence is the DH, so it's Ty Lawrence who's in center field.
The 2-2 delivery from Kiernan is swung on and up the middle. Second baseman grabs it. Throw is not in time. 2 runners score for the Tigers, and it is now 6-2 Mamaroneck.
They still haven't scored a run by hitting the ball out of the infield. They're doing what they have to do to get themselves into the quarterfinals.
And as the rumblings of thunder start to...
Well, we're in an official game now. We're past 4.5 innings, and the home team has the lead, so they could call it now if they had to, although it's kind of a shame to not see the team get a chance to come back that's down.
Kiernan threw over to first to check on Barella. Matt steps into the box now, looking for his first hit of the day and to keep this rally going. The delivery, he swung on and missed. Kiernan shaking off the signs. getting set up for his delivery and throws to the plate through the left side, and Matt is in there with a base hit.
Tigers batting around this inning. 9th batter coming up from Mamaroneck. It's going to be Andy Carlin, and I think they're going to make the move now. That's the second visit of the inning, and out comes Kevin Kernan.
Coming in to pitch for him is Cal Lawrence, the junior for the Indians.
We'll take a break while he warms up. We'll be right back on LMC-TV.
We're back here after the pitching change in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Tigers have opened up a 6-2 lead. Still looking for more with runners on first and second. Cal Lawrence in to pitch for Mahopac. His first pitch to Carlin is outside for ball 1.
Just got a score in the playoffs. New Rochelle, the 2 seed, knocked off by the 15 seed Carmel by a 4-3 final. Nobody saw that coming.
AA is wide open this year. Really, anybody could make a run at the championship.
That's what all the experts have been saying.
As ball 2 is called.
I saw 2 expert brackets. One had Mamaroneck winning it all, one had them losing this game.
With so many teams so evenly matched, really anyone could win on any given day. The runners are going as the ball is fouled down the right field line. They'll have to retreat.
And the other upset Mamaroneck wants, they want Scarsdale. It's weird to want to root for Scarsdale if you're a Mamaroneck player, but Scarsdale beats Fox Lane, which they are trailing 1-0 in that suspended game. Then Mamaroneck would host Scarsdale in the quarterfinals, and depending on what happens after that, they could host a semifinal as a 6 seed, which is rare.
Pitch there is low, bringing the count to 3-1. Lawrence looking to get out of this jam for Kernan, but so far has been struggling to find the strike zone. The righty set to deliver the pitch. Check swing down the first base line. First baseman has it and stepped on the bag himself to end the inning. So 4 runs for Mamaroneck there to open up a 6-2 lead as we enter the 6th inning.
Rob Moretti here along with Ian Sachs. Top half of the 6th inning coming up. It'll be Dylan Love for Mahopac. We do want to give you the final line on Kernan. He went 4 2/3, 6 runs, 4 earned on 6 hits, a walk, a strikeout, and 3 wild pitches. And those were 3 big wild pitches, leading to 3 of Mamaroneck's 6 runs directly.
2 runs scoring on 1 wild pitch in the 3rd inning.
First pitch, a strike to Love, and really a long break between innings for Muratori, but send him back out there. Nambi are still staying fresh in that bullpen. 2 quick strikes from Muratori. We've seen throughout the year, Coach Schiaparelli will use these guys to back each other up. He'll use one guy for 6, another guy for the 7th. Just missed 1 and 2, and clearly the top 2 pitchers on the team, and you want one of those 2 guys on the hill for any big outs you need to get.
Muratori definitely looks to be in control of his stuff here, though.
1-2 pitch to Love. Hit on the ground towards short. Pecora has it. Throw to first in time, 1 away.
And that's always good. You're starting off with the cleanup hitter, getting him out. That's a great feeling for Muratori, especially after that long layoff where Mamaroneck batted around their lineup. 9 players got to the plate there.
Here's Dan Pagliuca. 1 for 1 with a walk. 0 for 1, sorry, with a walk. He takes a first pitch ball from Muratori.
So last time up, he flew out to center field.
1-1 the count. Coming up next after this game, we'll have some playoff softball for you from Mahopac as this one's hit towards third. Peter Matt has it. Throw to first is low, but handled by Sommer for out number 2. Mahopac in the first round, that softball team beating Hastings 15-0 in 5 innings. We got the final score on that just a few minutes ago. They'll take on Dobbs Ferry in the quarterfinals. Some league rival action there. That should be a good game. They're a 3 seed in the playoffs, Class B softball. First pitch high, and again that game will follow this one. A 1-0. Hit towards second, D'Alba there. And a really quick inning for Muratori. 1-2-3 go the Mahopac Indians. They've got 3 outs left. Tigers, though, chance to score some more when we get back. Andrew Sommer leads off for the Tigers here in the 6th. Cal Lawrence.
Sommer leading off for the 2nd straight inning.
This one fouled off towards the track. Look out. Sommer led off last inning with a single. He got erased on a fielder's choice.
That single last inning was the beginning of the Mamaroneck rally that produced 4 runs.
In the dirt, skipping rope is Sommer, count 1-1.
Hopefully Mamaroneck won't need any runs this inning, but you're always looking for more.
Well, those last 3 outs are the hardest to get. So that one's in for a strike. You definitely want to make it as easy as you can for your pitcher.
No matter who's on the hill, whether it's Muratori or Cormar Nambiar.
I would assume they'd send Muratori out to finish it if they can, as this one's chopped foul, keep the count at 1-2. Just because you have 3 days. I'm pretty sure 3 days until the next game. I don't think they'd play a doubleheader tomorrow and waiting an opponent, but not even knowing where they'd go. But assuming the next game's going to be in 3 days, you can assume that Muratori would be fresh enough to go an inning or 2 in the quarterfinals if you need him. This one hit weakly towards the pitcher. Lawrence throws to first, 1 away. So J.C. Ruggiero, the DH, coming up. And I was right, he re-entered. Pinch run for by Billy McDermott last inning. McDermott scored a run.
Ruggiero has gotten on base both of his times up, first with a single and then with a fielder's choice last inning.
So a 1 for 2. He has a run scored. And the first pitch tapped foul.
Ruggiero, the 8-hitter for the Tigers.
That one in for a strike, and Cal Lawrence, one of the top pitchers on this Mahopac team, and I don't think they wanted to have to use him today. They were probably trying to save him for the 2nd round, but push comes to shove. You need to win the 1st game before you can worry about the 2nd game. Swing and a miss, and down goes Ruggiero.
And Lawrence really showing his prowess there, getting Ruggiero to strike out. Looks like we have a change coming here from Mamaroneck.
So Andrew Gross looks like he's going to pinch hit for Zach D'Alba. And Gross has played some first base this year, but now Sommer's a lefty too. But either way, you don't want to put too many lefties in against the lefty starter Kernan. But now that he's out, you put in some of your good lefties. First pitch swinging and a hard foul ball, another roof ball.
That's bringing our roof ball count up to 3 today.
At least. There might have been a 4th that we missed. I'm not sure.
Anyway, 0-1 count now.
In for a strike. Cal Lawrence looks good.
Lawrence 1 strike away now from getting out of the inning and getting Mahopac up for their last licks.
0-2. Hit in the air down a left field line. It's slicing foul, and it does land foul.
Gross was already on first base when it finally touched the ground, trotting back to home plate now.
Count remains no balls, 2 strikes. 0-2, 2 out, the pitch. Swing and a miss, but the ball gets away. Gross making his way down to first. Got him!
And that K there ending the inning. Now we are down to potentially the last half inning.
Top of the 7th inning, 3 outs between the Mamaroneck Tigers and a trip to the Section 1 Class AA quarterfinals. Opponent to be determined tomorrow. It'll be either Fox Lane or Scarsdale. Cal Lawrence, first hitter, and he takes a strike.
Muratori still on the mound looking for a complete game.
Working against the bottom of the Mahopac lineup this inning. Lawrence held up, count 1-1.
Lawrence getting a 1-2-3 inning last inning, looking to give himself some help here with the bat.
Curveball just tipped foul. The count 1-2.
Muratori hoping to get the first batter out here and keep his confidence pretty high.
1-2 pitch just missed. Count 2-2.
That was questionable there. I think that could have very easily been called a strike, but we're here now, it's a ball.
And Carlin's gonna go out to talk with Muratori, and we don't have the best angle at home plate up from where we're broadcasting from. We can see up and down pretty well, but inside, outside, we don't have the best vantage point. You have a good one at home. We have Connor Byrne out in center field with a direct angle down to home plate. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the first Mahopac hitter in the 7th. Pitch on the ground towards short. Pecora fields cleanly. Throw to first in time, 1 away.
And now Mahopac down to their final 2 outs of potentially their season.
And down 4 runs, it's not easy.
And especially with the way that Muratori has been dealing today, it's not likely that he'll give up 4 runs.
Pitch upstairs, 1-0.
Louis Burdica, the hitter.
Did he go? Yes, 1-1. That one missed, 2-1.
Burdica had
like Coach Schaap wants to talk something over. Sprinted out of that dugout. Don't move another muscle until I say something.
And
probably said about 5 words.
And sprinting back, that was very quick. Maybe he's saying, oh, the rain's coming. Let's end this in 2 minutes.
2-1 pitch to Burdica is fouled off, count 2-2. Burdica 0 for 2. Struck out back in the 3rd inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out here in the 7th, and Muratori steps off. And lucky no one was on base. That would have been a balk. 2-2, pitch, fouled off. We'll do it again. This is what you want out of these, especially the bottom of your lineup, guys. Just putting the bat on the ball, staying alive, trying to make contact.
And not that this really factors in too much now, but that does raise
Shot
pitch
hit
count.
to deep right center. McCarron back, makes the catch and hits the wall. Gabe McCarron hit into the wall, and they're going to go check on him.
Great grab by McCarron, but unfortunate placement that he had to be right at the wall there.
He looks like he's going to be all right, though. Shap went all the way out. The entire Mamaroneck team, I don't know if they really want to check on him or just say, hey, great catch. Fantastic catch on what would be the warning track if there was a warning track here. That was a Willie Mays style catch.
Yeah, definitely. You see his range out there, being able to catch the ball and hold on to it, crashing into the wall. And now,
interestingly though, Gabe McCarron was playing right. He started the game in center. He's in right now, and Andres is in center. So they flipped him.
Playing a little.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. Andres is in left, and I think Emerson Genovese came in to play center. They've got the defensive replacements where they want them to be.
So now, Mahopac down to their final out. Their 9-hitter is up.
Ty Lawrence 1 for 2 today with a run scored. Fouled off. No balls, 1 strike, the pitch. Popped up.
Shallow right field.
D'Alba calls and catches. Ball game. The Mamaroneck Tigers win 6-2 and they take Mahopac out of the playoffs.
The Tigers now advancing to the quarterfinals, where it is yet to be determined whether they will be traveling up to Fox Lane or hosting arch rival Scarsdale right here.
So Muratori, the complete game win. We'll talk to him after the game, get his thoughts. Fantastic job, 3 hits in 7 innings, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 4 Ks. Pitching the Tigers into the quarterfinals. Stay tuned for the postgame show. It's coming up next on LMC Varsity Sports. Back on the postgame show now with Tigers pitcher Tommy Muratori. Tom, complete game from you. You get the win against Mahopac. You don't know the opponent yet, but you're moving on to the quarterfinals. How does it feel to be able to pitch this team into the next round?
It feels great. You know, this team has come a long way from the very beginning of the year to now, and it's a great group of guys. You know, we're all best friends with each other. You know, we say we're a family, and, you know, it really shows in a game like this.
And that 7th inning, you get that great catch by Gabe out in right field. How much does that help to know, even if you give up a hard hit ball, your guys are behind you to take care of it?
You know, I love Gabe. You know, anything goes up his way, I know it's getting caught. And, you know, got me a little scared at first when he went into the wall, but, you know, he's a strong kid. And, you know, it's just once he got up, it was just a nice, you know, boost mentally for me as well.
Threw a lot of curveballs for strikes today. How important it is for you to be able to command both of your pitches in the strike zone?
Oh, it's huge. You know, my curveball is my number 2 pitch, and if that's going well today, that day for me, then, you know, everything's going to go well. I feel for the most part. You know, it's my most effective pitch, I believe.
And you guys are going on to the quarterfinals now. Don't know the opponent yet, but whether it's Fox Lane or Scarsdale, what are you guys hoping to do next round?
Just got to come out hitting early. You know, Kumar's most likely got the ball. You know, we know he's going to come out, throw strikes, and we just got to play defense for him, which we've been doing, and just keep hitting the crap out of the ball.
We're back with Coach Shap now. Coach, comment on the team's performance today.
Oh, hey, you know, we play great defense, but the bats on the ball and pitch like Tommy did, we're going to win, I think, most of the time. So our kids did a good job. They wanted every out. That's important. We didn't waste any at bats. We went up there and we worked hard.
And having the confidence he did in Andres McCarron, who sending him the bunt with 2 strikes. Talk about the confidence you have in your players.
Well, all the kids since the beginning of the year, we've told them they had to do things that we asked them to do, and they've all bought in. They all worked really hard all year. They all like each other. They play well. They're a good team, and I'm really proud to be their coach.
And Tom Muratori, stellar pitching performance today, complete game. What did you think about him?
Well, Tommy wants the ball all the time, and he goes out and does a great job every time. Very few walks, there's very few hits, and he's very good pitching in tough situations. He knows how to get out of it.
And now, next round, either Fox Lane or Scarsdale. Any thoughts on either of those two?
Whichever one will be a tough opponent, but we're going to go there and try and beat them.
Back one more time on the post-game show. Ian Sachs, Rob Moretti here. 6-2 win from Mamaroneck. They're moving on to face either Fox Lane or Scarsdale. Again, that game suspended. We'll find out later who they'll be playing. But Ian, a great game from Mamaroneck here. A lot of small ball.
Yeah, definitely scoring 3 runs on wild pitches, and then another run on that sacrifice squeeze right on the third baseline. So definitely a lot of small ball there, and a great pitching performance by Tom Moratori.
Yeah, a team that they can hit the ball hard, but even Coach Schaap saying one of the hardest lefties in the section they faced today, and didn't have to hit the ball hard today. They kept it in the infield, able to get it done. Yeah,
and when you have a pitching performance from Tom, you don't really need too many runs to, get the win.
And that will do it for us here on LMC-TV Varsity Sports. The Executive Director of LMC-TV is Eric Lewis. The Associate Director is Matt Sullivan. Community Sports Producer is me, Rob Moretti. Camera crew today, Ian Ginsberg, Connor Byrne, and E. Vincent Germain. And one more time, alongside Ian Sachs, I'm Rob Moretti saying thanks for watching, and stay tuned for some softball playoff action. The quarterfinals, Rhinebeck taking on Dobbs Ferry. That will come up next on LMC Varsity Sports.